Hi everyone and welcome, my name is Dora and this is my 5th update to Pan That Palette. Pan That Palette was of course developed by Amber F. She's always linked down below in my description box, and this year I am working on 3 different palettes. However, I am currently on a 30-day makeup bag challenge, which means I've only allowed myself access to one of these palettes. I randomized them, there'll be a video about all of that, and that means that I've only really been able to work on one of them properly. However, there is use on the other 2, so I'm going to be showing you all 3 of them right now. So let's look at the palette that I have been working on consistently since my last update, and that is the Makeup Revolution Kombucha Kiss palette. There are a lot of Franken shades in here. We've already had some empties as well. And this was my Pan That palette last year and I'm still working on it. And I'm kind of glad that this one got randomized when I selected which one of my Pan That palettes I wanted to focus on for 30 days. There are other palettes in there as well. You'll see. Here's a picture of what this palette looked like at my last update. And I did have some goals, and I wanted to Franken Rebel. That's the shade in the 3rd row, 3rd from the left. I also wanted to try to hit pan in Energy, that's the yellow matte. And I wanted to see if I could hit pan in Light Up and or All or Nothing. Light Up and All or Nothing are 2 brown shimmer Franken shades that I pressed in here a couple of months ago. And here is what my palette is looking like today. There are quite a lot of changes here. I think I've hit 2 new pans and we have another empty. Okay, let's start with the empty. So that shade is Rebel, and I ended up frankening that with a crushed up Revolution powder. And I pressed it into an Alverde component, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like, even though this is not strictly an eyeshadow, but here is how far I am with this. I'm really convinced, because now this is the only powder that I'm working on as part of my 30-day makeup bag challenge. I know I'm gonna have this done before the challenge ends. I will then select something different. You know, that's a subject for another series, but I'm getting close to finishing Rebel officially. However, in this project, I'm already counting it as an empty. And then before I even went on this challenge, I hit pan in Light Up here. And that was after 5 uses since the last update. I already had 2 uses on the shade previously, so it only took me 7 uses to hit pan. The pan wasn't very full, so that's why it was so easy, but yeah, I'm happy about that. And then, just today, with this look in fact, I hit pan in All or Nothing here. And that was after 6 uses since my last update and 9 uses in total since I've frankened this shade. All right. Let's go through the shades one by one though. First, I actually want to talk you through the numbers. I've got like a separate panning journal for this sort of tie-breaky scenario with my 30-day makeup bag challenge. I wish there was a shorter name for it, but here we are. Yeah, so I'm gonna give you the numbers for that. So day 8 I'm on, and I have used Energy once since then. I blended up my crease with this when I was wearing a pink sparkly look, and that looked really nice. I'm definitely going to repeat that. Then I used Scorching 3 times, another Franken shade, really nice pink shimmer. And I really enjoyed that with the lighter pink duochrome shade that I've got in my Pan Those eyeshadows right now, and that I have still got access to right now too. So I used the other lighter shade all over my lid, then used this one to deepen out the outer corner. So yeah, Scorching, and then Energy just one time in my last look that I did that. I used it to blend out the crease, and I think I'm gonna continue doing that. Yeah. 2 more shades that I've used since, and that is Heating Up, which was 4 uses. I think there's a really nice pan expansion going on here. And then All or Nothing I've used twice. All right, now let's go over the total uses of how many times I used each of these shades since my last update actually. And I'm gonna give you the total numbers as well. So I didn't use Chaos because I'd already finished it, and Energy, or Franken, I think, yeah. Energy I have used 3 times since my last update, making for a total of 58 uses. I've got a really nice dip in here. Yeah, but not that close to pan yet. Spice I didn't use. I'm at a total of 1 use since I frankened it. Charcoal I used twice. I'm now at a total of 38 uses. Light Up, like I said, 5 uses since my last update, 7 in total since frankening it. Heat I didn't use. I'm at 28 total uses on this shade. Yeah, I'm not even sure I'm gonna hit pan on that ever. We'll see. I might end up frankening it. We'll find out. Passion, another franken. I didn't use, just 2 uses on this since frankening it. Fiery, I also didn't use. I've got 50 total uses on this shade. This is still one of the originals. Blazing, I used 6 times. In another palette, I'm gonna show you, I used this as the deepening out shade and I love that combo. Definitely a winner. So yeah, 6 uses, 37 in total. Hopefully there's a little bit of pan expansion, but if not today, then I know there will be in the next updates. I'm looking forward to that. Sizzling I didn't use. That was the first one I actually finished. I finished it originally like last year, I think, and then I repressed my side pan palette in here and finished the shade in there. Blah, blah, blah. Rebel I took out, and that's in my powder. Already showed that to you. I had 95 total uses on it, no pan. Scorching I've used 3 times, making for 5 uses total since frankening it. Heating Up, this shade is actually identical to Light Up. I just split the mixture across these 2 pans. It's very crumbly, but I also really like this shade. This is all over my eyelids today, and like I said, all or nothing on the outer corner. 10 uses since my last update, 14 in total. Didn't Touch Flames, I've got 19 uses in total on this original orange matte shade. All or Nothing, 6 uses, 9 in total since frankening. And the Dark Side I have used once, making for 54 total uses in this palette. All right, so let's set some goals. I would like to try and finish Heating Up. I think that's doable. It's quite flat in there and quite crumbly. I may not even have to repress it into the center. We'll see. And I would also like to see if I can hit pan in Scorching and Energy by using them in the same look, like I had explained. If there's a picture of it somewhere, I'm gonna throw it up here now. And then, since this is the only pan palette that I've got access to right now for another 3 weeks, gosh, yeah, I would like to just do a no pan left behind on this palette. So use every shade at least once. Yeah. Wow, I'm getting really nervous now because I'm going to open my forbidden drawer right now and fish out my BH Cosmetics Colori Vivaci palette, which is my fun-sized palette. This is the Fantastic Ladies Facebook group's theme for pan that palette for 2024. It's very fun-sized, tiny little pans. Not as much progress as I was hoping I'd have by now. But yeah, it is a really fun and vibrant color story, and you'll see. And then I also have a Better Together palette, which is that's my jam palette. That's by Too Faced. And my goal is to hit pan on each of the shades. And the Better Together theme was created by Paula, aka a beauty guru, made me do it here on YouTube and Instagram. Also part of the Fantastic Ladies Facebook group. By the way, all of those links are down below in the description box as well. Right, so bear with me. I'm gonna grab those palettes and then I'll show you the little use that I have on them since my last update. Let's look at my Too Faced That's My Jam palette next. Here's a picture of what this palette looked like at my last update. And here is where I am today. So I haven't hit any new pans yet, unfortunately, but there is some use on these shadows. I had some goals for this palette. I wanted to use every single shade in here at least once, apart from those 2 pans here. So 6 shades to use 1 time each minimum. And then I wanted to give my special attention to these 2 shades here at the bottom in the center, and that is Violet Femmes and Toast. I sort of wanted to prepare myself for pan soon. Yeah. All right, let's see how many times I managed to use each shade since my last update. Oh, I missed this palette. Yeah. If I have a picture of me wearing these two shades together with blazing, this shade here in the outer corner, I'm going to insert that here. I've got 3 uses in the shade Spread It, and that makes for 35 total uses. 2 uses in Grape Soda, such a pretty lilac matte shade. I'm not going to swatch anything because I feel like that's cheating. 14 uses in total. I actually used this shade twice in the inner corner. I took this on a little family trip with me, and it was my only available inner corner highlight shade. So that's why I used it twice. I'm now at 60 total uses, even though I didn't need to do that. But yeah, it's kind of nice that I still got some extra use out of it. And that shade is called Pick Up Limes. Now the next one is called Jam Session, and I didn't use it, so I failed my no pan left behind. 7 total uses on this shade so far in this project. Didn't touch Weeby Jammin' either. 0 uses since my last update, 8 uses in total. Violet Femmes, 7 uses, and that's 15 total uses so far. Maybe apart from once in those 15 uses, I've only used my finger, dabbed over this very warm neutral look here that I'm doing with this one and the other deeper shade, and then that one on top, so good. And then Toast, I have got 6 uses on this shade since my last update, 14 total uses. And Jam on It, I think I showed you a new pan of this one and the other one in my last update, 50 total uses. That took me, yeah. Let's put it away. And here's my Colori Vivaci palette by BH Cosmetics. It's such a fun palette. I find myself not wanting to pan it because I like it and how it looks. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, and my goal was to focus on shades number 6 and 7. I know they don't have names, so that's the champagne shimmery shade in the second row, and right next to it, the turquoise shimmer. And my goal was to use these 2 shades 5 times each. All right, here is what my palette is looking like today. I don't have a lot of use on this. I'm only going to, no, I'm going to go through all of them. Yeah, okay. First shade here in the corner I have used twice, and that is 19 total uses. And then the gold shade, I didn't use 3 total uses on this one. The Periwinkle shimmer, didn't use 3 total uses. Navy shimmer, no uses, but 2 in total. The yellow matte, no new uses, just 1 in total. It's very similar to Energy. The champagne one, I only used once. 7 total uses. Turquoisey, didn't use 1 total use. Aqua, teal shade, 0, but 3 in total. This shimmery one here, I've used once. 5 total uses. This one I ignored, it's already got pan. I mean, I could be expanding it. I'm at 14 total uses here. I've got 0 uses on the pink, 13 in total, 0 on the red, 11 in total. 1 use on this yellowy, mustardy matte, 5 in total. Didn't use any of the other ones either. 1 total use, 8 total uses, 2 total uses. What should I do with this one? I am really not entirely sure whether, I mean, it's the halfway point now, or at least we would have crossed it by my next update. I'm just not really sure whether I should still continue to work on this or whether I should just focus on these 2, try and finish as much as possible of this as I can, and then probably I'll franken it more, we'll see. And then try and hit pan in the remaining 6 shades in here. I really don't know what to do. What would you do? I mean, I could like leave it in here and change the goal to just trying to hit pan in all the shades, but there's still another 14 pans here to hit. And yeah, these 2 bowls took me 13 uses to hit pan. So, you know, I'm not saying like I'm close on any of them. I mean, this one is 19 uses. And here's the thing, this is why I'm struggling. With these shimmers, they are so lovely and buttery and they work so well when you apply them with your finger. I feel like it would be a waste to put my brush in to try and hit pan, because maybe that's my goal, you know, like trying to go through it quickly. Or maybe I should just pull it out and see if I can hit my goal on the That's My Jam and then put it back in, but I might not even make that. Ugh, help me. I know what I'm gonna do for next year though, in terms of choosing my pan palette. I am now tracking pan percentage in a palette. My top 3 palettes with the highest palette percentage in them. I think that's what I'm gonna consider for my next year's pan palette. There's still 6 months to go, I know that. I think I'm doing all right with this one. I really don't think I can finish it, but I can probably finish some of these shades. The Frankens here, these browns, should be doable, I think. And I think I can try and hit more pans in the other ones. I still am enjoying this one so much though. I mean, yeah, it's changed so much over the years. I'll do you a little slide, in fact. I've now got 18 months worth of progress on this palette. Let's look at that, just to have a little bit of fun. Alright, these 2 are now gonna go back in my forbidden drawer, and I'm not gonna look at them again until the end of my challenge. Yep, it's gonna be the end of June basically. And I'm just gonna work on this one and my other palettes that I've got in there, and yeah, that's what that is. For my next update, I would have had time to work on these 2 as well. So there'll be like a bit more of a normal update again, where I've got decent progress in all 3 of them to share with you. I haven't even told you my goals for the Colori Vivaci and the That's My Jam. So let me do that real quick right now before I say goodbye. I'm gonna continue to put my focus on these 2 shades, and I'm gonna try again 5 uses each. And then with the That's My Jam, I still want to focus on these 2 down here as well, Violet Femmes and Toast. I'm going to try 7 uses each for these 2 in combination with Blazing. And then I want to do a No Pan Left Behind on the rest of the shades again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's it. Yeah, the other 4, not the 2 with pan, and then these 2 that I'm focusing on anyways. That's that. Thank you so much for watching all the way until the end, and I hope everything's going really well for you. I hope you're having lots of fun with your eyeshadows, with all of your projects as well, making great progress, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or night, wherever you are, and I'm sending you so much love. Take care. Bye. Mwah.